Another little nifty Bootstrap jQuery or JavaScript plugin is the Togglable Tabs. Now let me just show you here on their Get Bootstrap documentation. We have the tabs here, and basically you could just tab through content and it will display that tab's content. And obviously you probably already can see that this would be a very useful thing for almost any website or application where you can just toggle through content on your page, and maybe not necessarily for your global navigation, but within the page, and you just want to toggle content. You know, maybe you're selling a product and you want to see about the product, the specifications, and the reviews, or something like that. So we're going to build this, and it's built into the jQuery plugin, the Bootstrap jQuery plugin. So in here in our JavaScript folder, the bootstrap min.js, basically everything is compiled in there, all the Bootstrap plugins, and so the tabs.js is included in there, so we can pretty much access it right away. And so in tabs.html, a new file, create that, copy it from the course files folder, basic structure here with the titles and all the good stuff. In here in our container, we're going to build just a basic navigation tab, toggleable tab that we can start working with. So the first thing you need to do is start with an unordered list, and you're going to have to create some nav tabs, a tab list. So in our unordered list, we need to give it the class of nav and then nav-tabs. You can also do nav-pills. I'll show you the difference shortly. Role equals tab list. Just more semantic meaning there. Li-a-href. And then Bootstrap likes when you add the role attribute tab, so it's just, again, more semantic meaning. And then you need to add data-toggle equals tab, so that will tell Bootstrap, the Bootstrap plugin or tab.js that's built into the bootstrap.min.js plugin. It's going to say, hey, I'm a tab list, I'm a toggleable tab list, and this is what you need to know. So that's basically information that it tells the jQuery. So we're going to say this one is, well, why don't we just do something like I was saying, like product review. So about product. And then the first list item, you need to give it the class of active. It's important that you do that first. Now copy this, paste it a few more times. Obviously these can't have the class of active. Maybe should have copied and pasted before I wrote that out. So I got 4 here. This one's going to say product specs, and then we could say reviews, and then purchase, something like that. Now each of these hrefs need to have a link to the ID of the content it's going to target. So this needs to say, well, this one will be about, then the second href will be specs, third will be reviews, and the fourth will be purchase. And now what we'll do is jump down under here. We need to give a div, and then I'm just going to put a comment here. This is the tab panes or the tab content, and this is going to have the class of tab-content. That will give the Bootstrap styles to the tab content and also allow the jQuery plugin to work properly. First div needs to associate with the first tab. So this div is going to have the role of tab panel. And it's going to have the class of tab-pane and active. So it knows that this is the first one that is active. Also needs to have the ID of whatever the first tab is called. And so we have the pound about up here. So we'll say about. And then in here, we'll just say level 2 heading, about product, and then just some couple sentences of lorem ipsum. And now we're going to copy this tab panel and just paste it 3 more times, and then just change what you need to change. Remove active for the other 3 because obviously those aren't active at once. The IDs need to be their respective IDs. So the second one will be specs, the third will be reviews, the fourth will be purchase. And then just change the level 2 headings, I guess. This is just so you can see that it's changing, because if I kept it all the same, you wouldn't know if the tab has been changed, but if you change the text in here, you will actually see. So there we go. I'm going to save that, and let's see how that looks and if it worked. So here we have our toggleable tabs about product, product specs, reviews, purchase. So why don't we go ahead and start flipping? There you go. We got about, product specs, reviews, and purchase. And obviously it looks like the paragraph isn't changing because it's the exact same text. But if you had different text, obviously that would change. Now you can also make these tab pills. So let me show you. I was telling you that just a few moments ago. Nav pills. So instead of nav tabs, nav pills. And you can use that design as well. You can also make them fade. I'm going to put it back to tabs. So just every tab panel, you need to give the additional class of fade, like so. And the first one, the active one, needs to have the class of in, so it displays. So there we go. Let me just remove that border. Okay, so about, there you go. See how it fades to each of the different tab panes. So that is the Bootstrap toggleable tabs. Now again, you can go to the getbootstrap.com website under JavaScript. Up here, we got JavaScript and then tab. And that'll just take you to the official documentation. So if you run into any issues, if you want to try something different, you can see the usage in JavaScript and just a little bit more about the markup. But basically, we covered what we needed to know. It's a very simple little plugin, very useful. I quite like it. See you in the next lecture.